Yo, this chapter had a lot to digest. We are just coming off the back of the last chapter, which really hyped up Hinata's baiting tactics, and I thought it was done, but this chapter propped him up even more. It showed that he can still be a powerful decoy for other spikers and can contribute to the attacks that destroy opponents' defense. And my man just showed everyone that he can set. I know I say this a lot, but all the time we saw him on the beach doing everything from receiving to spiking and setting, it's all coming back together to make Hinata a dangerous player now. Anyway, let's start from the beginning. Right from the get-go, we see the reactions of Karasuno's rival schools to Hinata's plays, and they all appear shocked. Well, most of them at least. We also see the reaction of former setter of Data Tech, Koganegawa, who is now a setter for a Division 2 team. We then get a little shot of an awestruck Pedro for all those of you who missed him, along with Asahi commenting that Hinata's defense bait and deceiving is amazing. I like how he's so proud of his boy. Anyway, the score was tied at 16 when the Black Jackals did an amazing attack that confused the heck out of everyone. After Romero's spike and Sakusa's receive, Hinata runs broad and Bokuto runs towards Atsumu while Mian does a B-quick attack. But amongst all the movements, it looks like an A-quick and confuses the opponent blockers. Atsumu uses this opportunity and sets to Mian, who spikes the ball in between the blockers and scores. I love how Atsumu just feels all that pleasure from fooling the blockers and making them tilt. By the way, the three seniors sitting at the top though. It feels so nice seeing them be silently proud of the monsters they have created. Kageyama and Hinata were nothing when they first joined Karasuno compared to what they are now, and these three have a big role in making them who they are. Then we get an update on the other gang from Date Tech, Futaguchi and Aon, who play on the same team, VC Date. I loved seeing their expression watching Hinata meddling around with the blockers. In the next play, Sakusa scores, and for the first time, Black Jackals take the lead in the score. Now it's Hinata's turn to serve again, and it's unclear who picked it, but I think it was the Adler's libero. Then the ball goes to Ushijima, who spikes it and the ball deflects off the blockers and goes on to the far end of the court. Atsumu digs in to save the ball, but since he's already touched it, he could not set the ball and calls out a rather unexpected name. It is here that we see how Hinata's determination to do everything on the court and the reason why he went all the way across the planet to train on the sand have come into play. As Atsumu calls out Hinata to set the ball for him, we see him taking a perfect form and backsetting the ball to Atsumu, who attacks from the right and scores one for the team. It was a quick attack. Let me repeat that again. Atsumu and Hinata just did a quick attack with Hinata as a setter. No one would have thought of this when Karasuno played their first match against the Miya twins ages ago. This just goes on to show the amount of growth that the characters have had. Such a wonderful moment. We also saw the reaction of Hyakuzawa to the quick. He is now also a Division 1 player for the Japan-trained Warriors. Then we see Suki, Yamaguchi and Yachi discussing how Hinata had to have all these skills in order to make him a substitute for the 6'8" player Barnes. Having Hinata and Barnes on the same team gives Black Jackals a unique trait of having two different characteristics. We see Hinata score once again, using the blockers to deflect the ball. Then we get the conversation that Fuki Hibaurita had, where he says that on the national level, the authorities usually search for the tall players to make up their team, usually ignoring the shorter ones. However, sometimes there are certain short players who make themselves select by being so amazing that it becomes impossible to ignore them. The chapter ends with Hinata's focused expression as he looks forward to score more points. It looks like Black Jackals will likely take the first set. The score on the panel was 21-17 in favor of the Jackals, but it confused me a little bit because in the panel above, the score was 19-18 in favor of the Jackals. What happened to that 1 point of the Adlers? Why the score was first 18 and now it's 17? What happened to that 1 point? I think it was probably a mistake and would be corrected in the official volume. Regardless, I think it was a fantastic 17-page chapter. We got a long one right off the break. Thank you, Furudate. And as much as I want to rave behind the Jackals and Hinata right now, seeing how they were this chapter, I know it's a bit premature because the other side is also very dangerous. The momentum is with the Jackals right now, but what happens when it shifts? We have no idea how Kageyama has changed since the high school, and don't forget about Ushijima and Hoshiyumi. These players have suspiciously taken a backseat so far this set. Let's see how this goes. Anyway, that's it for this video. What did you guys think about this chapter? Go all out in the comment section. I am Big Dog, and I will see you later. You guys take care.